Mahal. For a moment, let's forget all the controversies behind this monument. As we all know, like history says, King Shah Jahan built this beautiful, mesmerizing monument in memory of his beloved wife Mumtaz. Guys, can any one of you find a beautiful monument built by Queen in memory of her beloved husband anywhere in India? If I was asked this question then, my answer is 100% yes. In India, you have seen all temple structures which are built starting from ground level and completed with Gopuram. But is there any such temple structure where they have started to construct the temple from ground level and continued under the ground to complete the Gopuram? Again, my answer is yes. Look at this monument. It measures 66 feet from north to south, from east to west in length measures 213 feet, and in the west lies the sanctum, which is 30 feet in diameter. And the sanctum's tower measures 93 feet, not in height but in depth. This temple is built into the ground for 7 floors, means it's a temple under the ground. This temple is located in a place called Patan, which is 130 kilometers nearly from the city of Ahmedabad in the state of Gujarat. This temple was built approximately 1000 years ago on the banks of river Saraswati. According to our history, it is said that Maharani Udayamati built it in the memory of her husband Bhimadeva. It is called as Rani Ki Vav. Vav means step well in their local language. During those days, river Saraswati was flowing right next to the temple. Absolutely, there was no need to build such huge well with 500 main sculptures and more than 1000 small carvings. If it was just a well, why did they build a Navaranga? On either sides of the wall, Lord Vishnu's Dasha Avatara means Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Narasimha, Vamana, Balarama, Rama, Krishna and the Kalki are sculpted beautifully. Lipstick was invented hardly 150 years ago. Look at this sculpture which was sculpted 1000 years ago showing a lady applying lipstick. Further, many other beautiful sculptures like Mahishasura Mardini, Kala Bhairava are also sculpted. As a matter of fact, one can make out from the naked eyes that the entire structure was always submerged in water. Using such wonderful technology, they built this beautiful architectural monument, certainly not as a well. They must have had a different purpose altogether to build this. A beautiful sculpture of Lord Vishnu is in the form of Sri Ranganatha or Ananta Padmanabha placed right in the shaft of the well. And this sculpture is well protected with wonderful columns and cantilever beams projected towards the center of the well, and they have covered the portion of the shaft very artistically. It does mean that drawing the water from the well was not allowed. Hindus strongly believe that Lord Vishnu is resting on Adi Shesha in the ocean and must cross 7 dwaras, meaning doors, to meet the Lord Vishnu in the Vaikunta. This monument has 7 floors and we have to go down to the 7th floor crossing a door at each level for darshana of Lord Narayana who is resting here. It means they have recreated the Vaikunta here. Our faith is that goddess Lakshmi stays in the heart of Lord Vishnu, but here Lord Vishnu is in the heart of Lakshmi. In today's Indian 100 rupees note, this fabulous temple structure is printed. Further, local claims that there was a secret passage from the well shaft to reach the unknown place. Any idea where would the tunnel lead to? Are all the sculptures and carvings leading us to the Vaikunta? Were our ancestors familiar with the route to Vaikunta? Was this structure just built as a monument by Rani Udayamati in her memory of her husband? Or was it built as a beautiful temple? Or a passage to reach the unknown parallel world, Vaikunta? What do you guys think? Do leave your comments below. I am Kshama Basavanna. To find out more such interesting things, do like my video, share and subscribe my YouTube channel. Have the bell notifications on for the updates on my further videos. Thank you all.